if you find yourself with a camera in your hand and you want to learn how to use it, please subscribe to this channel, like the videos, comment down below what you would like to learn more about. Hi Photos subscribers. Today we're going to fill in a last little bit of detail from the innovation from film to digital photography. Today our digital cameras don't use the CCD or the charge couple device. We actually use an innovation of a different chip from the CCD, which is now something which requires about 1/100th the power as the CCD required. Now, that device is a semiconductor rather than a large device, and so the discussion we have here is the continuing innovation from film to digital. And while CCDs were one of the original items that were coupled together to create a photo sensor, now we have others that have thousands, if not millions, coupled together, which are called C MOS sensors. And those are, the C MOS is an acronym, and it means a complementary metal oxide semiconductor. Complementary metal oxide semiconductor, CMOS. And the difference between a CCD, which is coupled together of many different, obviously, charged coupled devices, is it would receive the light ray and the energy created from the photocell receiving that light, and it would take the information received and it would run it down to a little processor of a sort. It's not as the full processor that we know of in our computers today, but it would run it to a processor on the corner of the device, and then all of that information processed on the edge of the entire panel. But the CMOS sensor today is much more integrated, that each photocell now has its own processor which sends and enlarges the data and uses the quote bubble memory that we talked about, which was one of the things that the Bell Lab engineers were looking into. The CMOS sensor now receives that information and puts it all together, and then the computer processing within our camera puts all that information together in order so that we can achieve what each photocell saw on our CMOS sensor into the full picture, which we see displayed on our LCD screen, and then we can also transfer to our computer or wirelessly to our cell phones. I mean, it's just incredible. If you're using your camera to share that information over to your other devices. Now, if you're using your device, phone or webcam on your computer to take that image and do a screenshot or a still capture of that image, then you have that information already saved, and it's very similar, but your camera processing is actually through your phone or your camera, your computer processing from your webcam. So it's, I mean, we're already about 3 minutes into this video, and you can see how just this one little change from a CCD to a CMOS is incredibly powerful to photography. So that's about all I'm going to get into today, but just I find it informing to me. The more I know about my camera, the more that I can utilize and not overpower it, but use it to gently stage, perform, and adjust the settings I need to adjust, whether I'm shooting in a priority mode of aperture, time, shutter, which would be time, or the program mode, which is more, as I recall, ISO priority. I know how the camera works better, and so I can better utilize its function and set it up so that it can best receive that information. Consider it this way. Your camera is not another person to communicate to, but it is in this respect. As we communicate to each other, the better we understand the other person's not just their ability, but their personality and how they conceptualize things, the better we can communicate what we want to share with them in the way that they will better, faster, more completely understand the topic. that's basically what we're trying to do with our camera, so that we understand how it sees and receives and understands something, so then we can design our image in such a way, and the amount of light that there is and everything else, so that when we actuate the shutter and we allow the shutter to move and the sensor to actuate for the C MOS sensor to receive that information, it all comes off beautifully. Not only for the styling, not only for our viewer's perspective, but the better we can understand and are capable of executing each little part of how the camera understands, then we can better execute the visual understanding of our viewer, and our images will come off as something that is much more attractive and desirable, and we can create something of, whether it's our portfolio or project or something that is commissioned by our client for such a purpose as to drive competition for our images. So thank you so much for watching. If this content has added value to your photography, we would like to know about what that is and what has improved your photography down below. And obviously we would love a thumbs up on this video as well. It's a little bit technical, and I don't apologize for the technical aspect of it. I love it, and I hope you do too, or at least are learning to love it. But we also love to have more subscribers, other people that love to know more or level up photography from where we are, wherever we are. Maybe you're already a good shooter or a great shooter, and there's always room for us to learn and grow and level up our photography skills. So if you're not yet a subscriber, we would love to have you as a subscriber. And we pray that this content has added value to your skill as a photographer. So if you're not a subscriber, we would love both thumbs up, comment, and a subscription. Thank you so much. God bless.